Super Sentai, start up!
Getsu, action Shinja!
He's just got batteries.
There's no change.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sentai Hero Special here on the Morphin Network. We got the crew. We got Jared. We got Jake. We got Mike. Steve will show up towards the end. And we have a special guest with us tonight. One of our beloved guest panelists from way back to our Blazar days. And a veteran Super Sentai fan, Mr. Blue Dinosaur Guy, Miguel from the Carne Asada. Mr. Gama, good to see you again.
Nice to be back.
Yeah. And we are here for what is for the foreseeable future. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It really hurts to say it. The final episode of this podcast. Not the Morphin Network, specifically the Sentai Hero Special. Final episode for now. It is us discussing No.1 Sentai Gozyuger, the final episode of Super Sentai. We are No.1 Sentai Gozyuger.
Yep. So one last time. Engage.
Engage.
Clap your hands.
I would have done the clapping, but my camera is in my phone, so
yeah. I tried doing the because it's Bokinger, you know.
Yeah.
And yes, as the trailers for the Versus Boom Boomger movie declared, he's back.
Yeah,
He's
I
back.
saw that trailer. I knew you would like that.
He's back.
Mm-hmm.
So is my boy
Ryota.
Okay, Red.
Yeah.
But since I don't
Yep,
have
and
Goku-
Jewel Eagle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I don't have a Jewel Eagle key yet.
Believe it or not, Jewel Eagle is the only Red Ranger besides Akashi that I've ever cosplayed. So 2 out of 3 of the returning Red Rangers are ones that I've cosplayed as.
Captain Marvelous was actually my very first cosplay I ever did.
Yeah, and it was the character that Steve was cosplaying when I first met him officially.
I don't cosplay. I just have stuff. I have Blue Buster and Shinken Red keys along with Okay Red.
Because this guy likes to be a menace.
I like keys. And I have rings. I just don't have Goju rings, but I have wizard rings, which are superior.
I got phones.
Okay.
I got phones too, but one is in the box signed by JDF, and I don't even know which one's signed.
Yeah.
In fact, I got plenty of phones actually.
I got phones. I got keys. I got rings.
The changers too.
I've got watches.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me pull out a very particular phone while I'm here.
I got Go Busters. I got Tokuger. I got Lock Seeds. Kachidoki.
Actually, I decided to pull out 2 of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too. I got that gold one too.
Yeah.
My special. Mine's
Yeah,
signed.
This is my this is the second Japanese morpher I've ever gotten. The first being this actually is the first Japanese morpher I ever got because this is the American version. But I do have the Japanese version. Custom battle damaged.
I think,
yeah.
Most
This
of
is
mine,
the Japanese version.
Yeah.
most of mine came from either CS Toys or Image Anime in New York, which doesn't exist anymore. Well, Image Anime exists, just not the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. S from CS Toys, actually, for hooking me up with the Go Kinder stuff.
Yep.
Feeding my addiction.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of the addiction. It's just
Mhm.
the amount of stuff he fed me back when I first got into Tokusatsu.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm the youngest Tokusatsu fan here.
Mhm.
All I knew was
Yeah,
Power
no.
Rangers and Dragon.
My Gaim, my Sengoku driver, I actually got in 2014 from Mr. S. Yeah. But yeah, no. I also have what's it called, the the engine soul phone in the other room.
The Go phone.
So, the Go phone. I want to make sure I called it the right thing, so I'd rather just
Engine Soul.
Yeah. I have way too many phones in here. Like I may as well be the cell phone org.
Or that one monster from Loophat that had those Lupin
Yeah, the
collection
5
pieces
phones.
that-
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before we talk about the episode, what is the most sentimental Tokusatsu thing you own? Not just like first us, and then you guys will sound off in the comments, and we'll read that because we want to know your most sentimental Sentai thing. So,
Well, I'll say this: it's definitely both this jacket and this specific American Excellular because I got both of them in 2012 during Morphicon. And let me be perfectly clear. This jacket is my very first cosplay. Period.
here it is.
Period. There's been no Ranger or anime character I've cosplayed prior to 2012. I got this jacket during the convention. I got this Morpher during the convention. So my entire cosplay, I assembled mid-con.
That's tough. I'm not even know that. It's tough.
And I still have it to this day. It sure as hell doesn't fit me anymore, but I still adore it,
Dedicated to the cause. Dedicated to the cause.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ore kokoro wa enji no oto.
Fellas, any sentimental Sentai figures or whatnot from your time with this franchise?
See, well, I was in Japan a few months ago, and I got
Lucky.
to catch the 50th anniversary exhibit while I was in Nagoya. And of course, I had to pick up this 50th anniversary shirt.
Oh man,
Has all the blue heroes.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
surprised. I'm surprised Tokollectibles wasn't selling official 50th anniversary shirts.
Yeah, Marcus, what's good with that? You know what? We're gonna have words.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have words
yeah.
with
Like,
you again, Marcus.
like I got the official 40th anniversary black and green shirt. I got the official 45th anniversary blue shirt, and I'm just dying for the 50th anniversary red shirt. Naturally, it's the next one in the sequence, and appropriately so, since it's the final season.
Marcus, what's good with this, man? Why are you holding out on us?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, aside from all my Gokaiger phones and keys, this is literally my first Ranger key, the candy toy of Deca Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the yellowing on the sticker. As you can tell, it's a candy toy because you put the stickers on compared to the actual keys that just come painted on. Like I got Shinken.
And for certain teams, that's the best that we got.
Yeah,
I love it. It's my first Ranger key. I have a picture of this somewhere on my Facebook. Me and my friend chilling at a pizza shop near Image Anime after buying this, and he's just here having pizza with us. Yeah. But yeah, no, obviously I have my metallic Gokaiger key set. I have the full Shinkenger set, Geki Ranger set, Go Buster set. I think Alba Ranger as well. But then I got obviously some signed by JDF, which I did not know. I did not put this in a safe place, but now I will put this in a safe place. Yeah, so sentimental Ranger stuff outside of my Mighty Morphin 12-inch figure that I once had as a kid and bought for my 20th birthday as like nostalgia. And then most of the things I either bought or my friends have gifted me, like Revi, No Vice, thank God. That's Kamen Rider. Yeah, just a bunch of Sentai and Rider stuff. So, but then again, I'm the youngest Toku fan here. Of course. Is it Tommy or TJ?
Yep.
Tommy or TJ?
Kyosuke.
Yes. It's the Japanese ones.
You know, it's like when I cosplayed the Red Racer / the Red Turbo Ranger at the last Morphicon. People would ask me, "Are you being Tommy or TJ?" And sometimes I would joke saying, "I'm Kyo Tommy J."
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Of course, then I would be serious and I'd tell them, I leave it up to people's interpretation. I could be Kyosuke, I can be Tommy, or I can be TJ.
Yeah, no,
Well, then you have to be.
yeah, you
Then you
know,
have to be a panda, black, white, and Asian.
yeah. 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 I'm just gonna start pulling some of these out just because. Oh, look, here's Redbuster, because this is the last DX they ever made before they had to start going premium Bandai.
And my first my first actual Ranger suit cosplay, and I was dying of heat stroke in that thing.
I remember that.
Could only wear it for like
Just
2
wear the
hours
sweaters.
max.
Oh wow,
Sweaters, I wear the
Dynaman.
hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my.
Yeah, but as far as like sentimental Sentai toys and whatnot, it's a good question. Well, I know my prized possession when it comes to Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's you know the Automorph figures, you know the flip heads.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
it took
90
me-
zero ones, yeah.
It took me a long time to find it, and when I did find it, it was on a whim.
Mm-hmm.
And I would show you right now, but it's upstairs. I'm in my basement right now.
Yeah.
It is the Minton Box 5-pack of the Turbo flip heads.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I think I had blue.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I just I went on eBay one day and just on a whim, just like my mind told me, hey, look this up on eBay. I found it, bought it immediately.
Yeah, I think they
Nice.
stopped the Automorphin after Wild Force because I did have the
I remember the only way to get the American version of this guy is to get like the Morphicon set.
Yeah, but as far as like Sentai toys go, to be more on topic, it's kind of hard to say. Like Morphicon 2012, where I met this guy.
I was supposed to
I actually did find an RV Robo. It was used, but it came with the box and everything, and the stickers were already applied, which I'm fine with because I hate applying stickers.
Yeah, of course.
So, and then I also have a Minton Box Red Racer figure, like the 8-inch Japanese Red Racer figure. If
Nice.
Yuji Kishi comes to Morphicon, I'm definitely going to have him sign that.
Oh no, I have O-Red I have an O-Red rubber figure from Anime Jungle in LA. I think that was
Olay.
Yeah, that was my first trip out in LA for Morphicon 2016. Picked that up. Was not gonna regret
This
that.
figure I have I want like those old vintage like Mega Black figures with the Cyber Slider still in box.
Yeah. Let's see. The oldest Sentai figure that I have. The oldest toy that I have is Goggle 5 Robo. But the oldest action figures that I have the die-cast figures of Change Dragon, Change Pegasus, and Change Phoenix. I just need to get Griffin and Mermaid.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And of course, I've got a treasure chest filled with the vast majority of Ranger keys up to Go Busters. I'm just missing like 8 or 9 teams until I have all those teams.
Yeah, because after Go Busters, that's when they started doing the auto opening feature. With the first set of auto opening features had the button out like outright, but then they started getting smart and just had the button just a bit shaved down to be smarter to open it like the show. Which,
when they made like the Kyoryuju set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here you just show
with like those sound capsule things that you put them into.
Yes. Hey, look, as much as they milked the hell out of those keys, I got to give it to Bandai. That's smart, especially when they realize, we can actually make it more show accurate compared to how Shout out to the homie Zara and Zephyr being able to just automatically open the keys like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I actually taught myself how to do the whole key
I
flip.
did to
Correct.
a point. Well, this is a candy toy, so I don't think I can really do it like I used to. No, not the candy toy. No, nope, can't do it. Damn. Yeah. Skill. I have to relearn eventually, or just buy the actual things.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot I put my Boken red key elsewhere for safekeeping. No. I'm genuinely curious how many Red Ranger keys I have right now. Obviously, like they only go up to Red Buster. So like it's probably have like 20 of them.
Yeah. Unless you got like with the Memorial Edition Mobirates when they did from Red Buster to Zen Kaiser.
Yeah. One thing that's frustrating is because some of them have stickers, they're starting
the peeling.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of my receipts are like that.
Yeah.
But no,
where's the Yeah. I know I had the Spade Ace. Yeah.
I know we should talk about Gozyuger, but yes, one more question because I know like not a lot happens in this episode, anyways.
Yeah, it's fillerish to the Kamen Rider double variety.
We'll get. I can't say what got you into this, like, because everybody, like a lot of people, probably got into Tokyo Blue Power Rangers and stuff. So like, what made it? How did you just know it was going to be Sentai? Like, what made it just stick for you?
For me, it was literally the 25th episode of Bokinger. Like, I found it completely on my own on YouTube. Because back then, YouTube was
cool.
Cool. It was cool. Yeah. And and basically, I was like, I need to. It's like I was really moved by the episode, but I was really moved by the episode that I had to watch the first episode from the beginning, and honestly, like my life changed when I saw that first episode. I saw that superhero time intro thing. It's like
fair.
My relationship with Kabuto was, to say the least, destiny, and I'm not going to go too deep into it because it would take up a lot of time. But it's like that moment. That's like when like destiny was finally realized. Yeah.
All right.
Well, how I got
I was in community.
Go
ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, how I got into Sentai was I'm a lifelong Power Rangers fan. I'm actually 10 days older than the air date of the first episode of Mighty Morphin, so I'm showing my age here. But my older siblings, they were all definitely Power Ranger kids when they were young, and they introduced me through that. Some of my earliest memories are me and all of my siblings. I've got 5 siblings, by the way. So my 4 older siblings and my 1 younger brother, we would sit on the couch and watch the Mighty Morphin movie. And I remember my mother taking me to the Turbo movie when it came out. So, obviously I'm a lifelong Power Rangers fan. So when I basically got high-speed internet, I remember looking up some stuff about Power Rangers. And I went on Ranger Central. And then I saw Super Sentai Resource, and I'm like, what's that? Is that like the Japanese version or something? Because I remember seeing the Dino Thunder episode. But at the time, when I saw that back in 2004, I guess that's technically how I found out about Super Sentai.
Yeah.
But at the time in 2004, when I saw that, I thought it was either a one-shot thing,
like a parachute,
or it's Japan or a powerful Ranger situation.
Oh boy.
So then, I click on it, and then it doesn't show any. At the time, Super Sentai Sentai Central didn't have any pictures on the front page. It just showed a list of names. And this was in September of 2006. So when Bokender was still airing. So then I saw the list and I'm like, oh, this must be the Japanese version. So then I'm like, all right, well, start at the beginning. Go Ranger, that's Mighty Morphin, right? I click it, I see the Go Ranger suits, and my jaw dropped, and I'm like, no way, those were the first Power Rangers? And it came out in 1975? And then I start clicking on like the other ones, and I'm like, how many teams before Mighty Morphin were there?
Oh boy.
So it basically was the start of the rabbit hole of me becoming a Sentai fan, and I'm like, I want to know more about this. I want, especially these teams that never came to America. I even remember thinking, Turbo Ranger, that must be Power Rangers Turbo, right? And then, nope, completely different team. So basically from there, I'm like, I wasn't able to start watching full episodes until 2008, but I did watch clips on YouTube and movies. I remember back in 2007 watching Gao Ranger versus Super Sentai with Hong Kong subs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I didn't know where at the time I didn't know where to watch them. It wasn't until like I found out about VO, rest in peace, that you know, that's where I watched a bunch of Toku and, you know, a bunch of Sentai and Rider, some Ultraman, and also where I found Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese, as in Duel Monsters. And then, of course, you know, being that I grew up watching VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, the English dub of Ultraman Tiga. And then
Ultraman.
Yeah, and so and then of course, you know, it's like I eventually find out about Kamen Rider. I rediscover Ultraman. I'm like, oh my gosh, I loved Ultraman Tiga as a kid, and then, you know, also got into Godzilla and Metal Heroes. So found out about G-Fest, and then was finally able to go to Morphicon, and the rest is history.
Yeah. All right, Miguel, how about you?
Let's see. Well, I'm probably one of the older folks here because at the time I was born, Changeman was the Sentai that was ever in Japan.
Nice.
So, yeah, of course. So I wound up watching the very first season of MMPR when it came out over here. And I remember reading a TV guide that was like hyping up the Power Rangers around the time the second season was about to air. And it was talking about it being adapted from a Japanese show. But of course, you know, I didn't really go down the rabbit hole because the internet wasn't really a thing at the time until later in the 90s. And then eventually, once I started as I got older and I was in community college, one of my friends showed me the episode of Deca Ranger, the one where Umeko had to babysit that alien baby. And then I just kind of wound up researching it. And then I think I started watching it regularly around 2009. You can still find video Sentai episodes on YouTube. And I think Shinkenger was the first one that I wound up watching full on, and then wound up starting to catch up on all the other Sentai, dabbling in Kamen Rider, rediscovering Ultraman, and all that other stuff. And overall, I've been a fan of it since then.
Damn, I feel like an imposter now.
All right, Steve. I know you're a latecomer, so so we'll catch you up on the questions we've been going over so far. What is your most valuable Super Sentai possession, and how did you get into Super Sentai?
Oh, is that why you called me? I thought we were finally I thought we were finally like opening ourselves.
That's what we're doing.
We're opening up here.
Yeah.
Safe space for Sentai.
Okay, well, I'm putting away the hippie crap. Okay, repeat it again.
So the first prompt was, what's your most valuable Super Sentai possession? And how did you get into Super Sentai?
Oh, do I think I did. I think I have it. Well, how I got into Sentai. That's a very good question. Boredom.
Valid.
Boredom, pretty much, is what happened.
Mhm.
I was getting tired of the scenes that were happening at the time. Being into anime and all that stuff from a very early age, comics, video games, and all that stuff. I think it was around 08 or 09, somewhere around there. I had that was around the time the isekai boom happened.
Mhm.
And I got really bored of like the premise of like almost every show being some dork, some loser gets run over by a car or a truck and then gets transported into another. I'm like, yeah, you know that Japan is in a very, very bad place right now, that a NEET pretty much becomes a hero, you know? And also the fact that idols shows were very big then, and gotcha, like Overwatch and stuff like that was really, so everything was like gimme. So I was kind of like bored with everything. I was like, it's all the same, crap, what the fuck. But as a child growing up watching Godzilla movies, my mother was a huge Ultraman fan as a child, and
Your mom's
exposing me
awesome.
to that. My father was also big into Ultra 7, Taro, the Ultra brothers, Leo, and also like watching like Godzilla movies and Gamera and all that stuff. So it was there. It had always been there. It had always been there. And yeah, 2010 came around, and I remember seeing a preview for Gokaiger, and I thought to myself, "Oh, that's still the Power Rangers are still a thing, I guess." But I thought Gokaiger was a stupid idea, because I'm like, wait, Pirate Power Rangers? That's scraping the bottom of the barrel, I think. But lo and behold. Because everyone was talking about it, I was like, all right, why not? And that's how I got into it, was around that time. It was Shinkenger was my official like full series that I watched completely at the time, because we were getting like bi-weekly or weekly episodes. But I have said before that I actually did recall when I was a child, in the heyday of Mighty Morphin, living in California, apparently there was also Japanese channels that we would get that were provided. I don't know how we got them, but we got them. And my first official Sentai was Kokuranger. So, like, not understanding it, but I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing for me too. So yeah, it was pretty much boredom, but also like repressed memories of like, oh yeah, no, I have been here this whole time. It's just, and it's been a hell of a ride, obviously. Remembering all the Sentais, the history, especially its history in the States, the themes, a little bit more, a difference in culture, As for a Sentai item that I have, a rare one. It is rare. It is a rare thing for me to have, because I have brought it out before, and people have asked me how I got my hands on this, because even the Japanese are like, wait, how did you get that? No one gets those. My first PMC, I apparently I just did a Marvelous cosplay, and I didn't know this. I had no idea. I apparently won a contest that was held by Mr. S from CS Toys without even realizing it. And he presented me with it's a store display. It's a store display of Gokaiger, which I didn't think anything of it at the time. But a few people did tell me, like, bro, that's actually a big deal that he gave that to you. And I'm like, it's just a store display. What do you mean? In Japan, they don't really sell those, or they actually give those back to the companies. And I think the companies like either store them or destroy them. And the fact that you have one and he gave it to you, like, you won't find those in Japan, I think. Hang on.
Mr. S is over here feeding everyone's addictions.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's a true hero for generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first met him in 2010 at my first Morphicon. And he gives you a good deal, like, because I only had $100 for the entire weekend. The entire weekend, including parking and food. $100. The whole weekend.
All right.
And,
yeah, I do have it.
Yeah, and off of Mr. S, I was able to get the Time Force Megazord minus the shields and sword.
There was two that I got.
And I got the Blizzard Force Megazord. And I think there was one more thing I got from him, but I forgot what it was.
One of the standees was actually from Go Buster, because Go Buster was being a thing, and I gifted that to someone.
Lucky.
Again, this is rare. So.
Nice.
Oh.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
yeah, right there.
Oh.
Right there. It is autographed by Ryota and Yuki.
Nice.
Gokai Red and Pinku. So I am missing officially 5. I'm officially missing like 3 autographs. So no one else has this. Nobody.
Yeah.
This was given to me by Mr. S of CS Toys back in 2010. I remember like 2 years ago or something when Ryota first showed up. He actually was like, "How did you get that?" That I've never seen those outside of Japan. I was like, yeah. Even Yuki was like, her people were like, okay, they even quit. How did you get that? I just told them what happened and even showed the photo, and I'm like, apparently it is a big deal to have that. So
yeah, but how did you get that in 2010 when the Gokaiger toys came out in 2011?
I'm sorry, it was around the time that like Gokaiger was what Go Buster and Gokaiger, like Go Buster was just coming in.
2012.
So 2012?
It was around 2012. But yeah. Around 2010 is that's when I got involved, so to speak. Getting nursing of the Kamen Riders and the Ultras and everything like that. But slowly but surely, like Gokaiger was the one that's why I'm like, no, Gokaiger is the gateway that everyone took, and everyone still to this day takes to get into Sentai. So,
all right, Jared, how about you?
That's a rare item, and
man, I'm having severe imposter syndrome now. Holy crap! No, I got obviously Power Rangers. Grew up with it. around the Disney era after Dino Thunder, I was in and out of it.
Well,
Obviously,
I think we all kind of have
Yeah.
gone into that. Everyone I know, especially now, people have asked me like, where can they start? Where can they watch? Because they were fans as kids, but then they, because of because you grew up, it's like, well, it's not cool anymore. But then you go back and you're like, whoa, this was actually pretty deep. This was for a kid's show. I'm like, yeah.
Joke's on you guys. I never left. Lifelong Power Rangers fan, baby.
No,
yeah, but we want.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I almost left during Mystic Force.
But
Cloakinger's what got me to stay. It's like that scene from Deadpool where he has an arrow through the head. It's like he's all dazed and lost, and then as soon as he pulls the arrow, it's like, and then the Chicago song starts playing more clearly. It's like, you're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. Yeah,
Colossus and starts doing the thing with his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that happens with all of us. Whatever the fandom may be. For some reason, we grow up and we never look back and realizing how many people bought the Legacy Morphers back when they were a thing. And then saying I had this as a kid. Why did I get it? That is a very good question. Why did you get rid? And there were even people in Japan. I remember meeting some people in Japan that were big or that Sentai was because of Gokaiger, and they were like, I remember watching that show. I remember having the buckle or the aura changer or the
thing is, high school, just that mentality in high school. You're older and you're like, oh, that's not cool anymore.
Yeah,
but then you look back at high school and you're like, that wasn't even cool.
But it was in high school, and my best friend can attest to this because we were both in the same Spanish class. We come from lunch and we're just sitting. I'm about to chat up with the girl I had a crush on, but then I'm hearing in the back of my mind, I'm hearing from the outside with the windows open, Power Rangers Time Force. I'm looking at him like, yo, bro, you hear that outside, right? He's like, yeah. What is that? I'm like, that's Power Rangers Time Force, bro. And so that's where it started. Then
and that's when she's like, loser, you watch Power Rangers?
Nah, she didn't think nothing of it. She didn't know what I was talking about because it was just me. It was just between me and him. Like, yo, bro, you hear that?
Which is crazy because again, it's like one of those things that I'm like, again, Japanese, English, whatever. You grew up at that time. What's
that thing
It's a thing It's how many people hear the jingle from the Ninja Turtles, whether it be the 80s version or the 2000s version. If you hear that song immediately, you're like, what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really interesting because I remember fourth grade. It's it was getting to the point where all of the other kids you grew up with, they're like you watch Power Rangers? That's for babies. It's when you kids have when they turn 10, usually they have this misconception that growing up means that you have to abandon things you liked when you were slightly younger because that's what it means to grow up. But that's bogus. And even one of my best friends, even though he still watched Wild Force, he was pretending he didn't know squat about it. He's one of those kids that was watching it in the closet, and you open the closet. Exactly. I'm trying to remember how the Wild Force theme song goes because I don't remember how it's I was struggling to remember how it starts, but once it gets going, I start to remember it. But it was that one theme song that I was just struggling to remember off the top of my head.
But they
So, like,
knew. Yeah,
but they knew it, yeah. So like, I'm like trying to ask, hey, how did the song start again? Like, I'm trying to remember. And he's like talking with someone.
Yeah. It's like again,
and I'm like, why do you sound embarrassed that you like?
They've touched on it multiple times. That it's like kids and their images, like the images of themselves. That's the thing that is most important to them. And it's like, no, just liking something is like, bro, when you get to be an adult, I promise you, you're not gonna give a rat's ass about who or like whatever. You know, we there are times I've posted about watching an episode of a Sentai or a Kamen Rider vaguely, and people are like, "What the fuck are you watching? What do you mean that the girl comes home and she kills her entire family and causes her sister to be an orphan?" I'm like, "What anime is it?" It's not an anime. It's a kid's show.
Yeah, it's a kid's show.
It's a kid's show. Like she literally came back and killed everybody. It's like, that's
You should hear.
And I know you're talking about Yuka, by the way.
You guys should hear my experience when I was younger in school.
So let me quickly finish my thing. So
go ahead.
Before this Morpher, the one I got in 2012, the only Morpher I ever had was the Titanium Ranger Morpher, which I got for my birthday. For my 8th birthday, and like, it's not like I got rid of it. It's just I have no idea what happened to it. I don't know what happened to that Morpher. I wish I still had it, but I don't know what happened to it. But you know what? I'm glad that I never gave up as an adult, because now I actually have this thing. Like, like there's no way in hell you'd get this back when you were a kid, unless you actually lived in Japan back in 1988. 88. Yeah, and it's like, and I'm trying to remember where the plan I was trying to get to. And again, I wish I could have gotten every Morpher since then. Like, I wish I could have had the Mighty Morphin, the Zeo. The In Space one was particularly cool looking, because like those 9 buttons, like 3, 3, 5. Time Force, Wild Force. I wanted all of them, to be honest. But the problem is that I'm broke as a kid. Like, what's it called? Like, my parents wouldn't buy me shit anymore. Like, it's like you like you're 10 now. Like, I'm not gonna buy you toys. It's like save up your money from birthday and the winter holidays, and then you could go get it. But then when I did save up enough and wanted to buy, it's like you're gonna waste your birthday money on this. Honestly,
what else is more important to a 10-year-old?
Yeah, it's like that episode of Dino Fury. Let me cook. When Javi got that guitar, I could relate to Javi in that episode. Like, that was the episode that cemented that Javi was my favorite character from that season, because that was the only character I like. Like, that was me when I was a kid, and like, I totally get that.
This is what I had as a kid, which I'm gonna buy eventually for my nephew. This Power Rangers In Space raincoat, which had the whole dial on it on the side right there.
Yeah,
had this. I think mine was blue. I don't remember.
Yeah, and again, it's not like I'm going to like spoil my kid by getting them every toy they would ever want, but I would at least provide them with better opportunities to obtain them. Like even if like I had that mentality of like you want it, you gotta save up and buy it, I would actually create opportunities for them to actually save up, not wait twice a year to blow it all off at once. No, it's like want to do chores? I'll give you $1 per chore. That sort of thing.
Yeah, like I'm buying this. I'm spoiling the hell out of them. Like, you were gonna have everything as I did.
No, the point I'm trying to make is that there's a middle ground, and I want to like ride that middle ground. I don't believe in the extremes of like you should automatically spoil your kids with everything, but also I don't believe that you should like withhold them from the things that they do want. Yeah, make opportunities because otherwise, like, you'll end up growing up to become a 20-something-year-old shopaholic,
or a ring hunting psychopath.
Yeah, but what's funny is how we're 46 minutes into the episode. We haven't even discussed the actual plot.
Yeah. Okay. We need to say goodbye to Sentai. But
Yeah.
wrap it up quick. Basically, like with Jake, I found Ranger Central my senior year of high school. That's when Ghost Ager was airing, and then a year later, I get into Sentai because of Shinkenger. I think it was Shinkenger, but then I see Jew Ranger and everything. So yeah, I said I'm the baby in this. I have mad imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, my experience in school. I remember from kindergarten to third grade, everybody thought Power Rangers was cool. But fourth grade is when it changed. And I remember being confused as a kid, thinking, wait, hang on. You all thought that this was cool for the longest time. And even last year, why is it not cool anymore? And I remember one of them saying, because it looks so fake. And I'm like, so? I'm like,
what?
so it's fiction.
You believe that digital monsters exist in the computer, that there's a mouse that actually can cause electricity. Or
yeah,
then
you know, I even remember it getting to the point to where this one a-hole in my class, like, he was like, oh, I don't watch Power Rangers, I watch Zoe 101. And then it's like years later when you find out about Dan Schneider, it's like, oh. So anyways, I remember for the longest time.
Seriously, you had to go with Zoe?
Yeah.
Not even Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a Dan Schneider show, but at least, you know, at least Drake and Josh had more street cred than Zoe 101.
Yeah. So
I would have been watching Keenan and Kel at that time.
Yeah.
So basically, as time went on, I do admit that I did keep my love for Power Rangers a secret, but I never left it. Thankfully, my mom was always like supportive of the things that I loved, and she never once told me you have to outgrow this or anything. Although I remember, you know, as a kid, I thought, you know, I have to grow up eventually, and I didn't want to let go of Power Rangers. I loved it too much. I loved the concept too much. I had nothing but great memories about it. I remember after SPD ended, I thought, I hope I don't have to give this up afterwards. And then I see Mystic Force, and I'm like, okay, maybe just one more. And then after that, I see Operation Overdrive, and I'm like, okay, one more. And then it was like sometime during Operation Overdrive that I thought to myself, that like 14-year-old me, depending on what time of the year it was, thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm never going to let this go. I love this too much. If people don't like that,
everything changed when Jonathan What's-His-Face attacked.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know, if people don't like that I like Power Rangers, that's their problem. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even care what my parents say. I'm not letting go of this. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Yeah. So eventually, I do admit that I had, obviously, you know, as a teenager, we all had insecurities back then. I still kept my love for Power Rangers a secret for a while. But then, like, late high school is when I just decided, you know what, screw it. I really don't care. Or they can think whatever they want of me. I'm going to be open about everything that I like. If they make fun of me, so be it. And so I was fully prepared, like senior year of high school, to defend myself or just be sarcastic back to them. But what actually happened was everybody respected me. I even had people from lower grades ask me, where can I watch Super Sentai? And then they would ask me, like, you know, Samurai was the current series airing at the time. They'd ask me my opinion on that. And I'm like, oh, wow, this actually worked out well.
You know, what's funny is that yesterday my kids were like, it's like, you know, Johnny Test. I'm like, yeah, that show's from 2005. How did you know Johnny Test? I'm not a Johnny Test fan, but like I do remember it from back in 2005. So like the fact that like these kids in 2026 are like referencing it, I'm like, it's like, did it get remade or something? When did Johnny Test make a comeback? Anyways.
One last thing. I just want to say one last thing. I did eventually, like after I graduated high school, I did eventually realize to myself the irony of something. I remember during the Disney era, that's when, like people in school, kids in school thought Power Rangers was lame and dumb and so on. But yet, when Saban buys it back and then we get the crappy Neo Saban seasons, that's when people start to respect Power Rangers. So I'm like, okay, so you people thought it was lame when we actually had better writing, better depth, and better acting. But now that it's like insult your intelligence, that's when you respect it.
Well, because they were copying the Japanese like brick for brick. They were not telling us original stories. They were not giving us characters that were original. They were literally taking the Japanese and copying them and then making them Americanized, which I fail to see how.
Well, here's the thing:
I fail to see how Mystic Force and the Oz family are the same. I fail to see how Space Patrol Delta and Special Police Deca Ranger, character-wise, Sydney is not Umeko. Z is definitely not Jasmine. It's like, what were you guys? What exactly was the problem? I know. Don't get me wrong. Overdrive. Yeah. Okay. I get. But you're telling me Jungle Fury was trash. You're telling me that Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm, SPD, Mystic Force, all these from the Disney era were trash. And then you get Samurai, which is literally an Americanized version of Shinkenger, minus the fact, and not shitting on any of the actors, I don't do that, you couldn't even get a Japanese Red Ranger. The most obvious show that you could have done that.
To this day, we still don't have.
No, we don't. We never had, and we never will. So, either or. It's like, again, just comments and things that I'm like, but you want to say that the Neo Saban with their Samurai, and also who named these shows? Samurai, Super Samurai, Mega Force, Super Mega Force, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge. I'm like,
Dino Supercharge.
You not know
which surprisingly sounds worse. Surprisingly.
Like,
well, the thing is that like I thought it was weird because people. Well, here's the thing: is that back in late high school, like these people that were starting to respect it, they didn't exactly know about like what goes into the adaptations and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't think it got respected more at that time because it was a watered down copy and paste of Shinkenger. I think it was just because it got older. And like it's more vintage now and nostalgic. Maybe
fine, but again, when you look at it and it's like, wait, that's episode this, okay, I see what. But I'm talking about the people, like the fans, the people that defend the Neo Saban, but you shit on Disney for the exact same thing that Neo Saban did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Ninja Steel almost made me give up on newer Power Rangers. Not Power Rangers as a whole, because I was still going to stick with Mighty Morphin to RPM, but Ninja Steel was such a dog turd that it made me think they're not going to improve on the newer seasons.
That's where they stop.
And then Beast Morphers, like, made you hold your guard for just a brief moment.
I actually did enjoy Beast Morphers. I thought, oh, thank God, it's better again.
Only for Anthony to punch you when you were least expecting it.
Yeah, they did have some little bombs that they dropped, but it's like, I kind of knew that.
But yeah, going into the actual episode, I'm just gonna summarize it super fast. I'm just gonna summarize it super fast. Okay, Horror won the war. Tankasaur's like, "What's your wish?" I don't want to make a wish. Candelabra's like, "Oh my god, I need you to fight me right now. I don't want to fight, but you have to. This is the whole point of all of this. This is the first episode. We were supposed to fight each other. You're the Naruto to my Sasuke. Now freaking fight me." And then it's like, and then like even like freaking emo Saba's like, listen, you basically rejected this world by fighting. What is the kind of world you want to live in? So, well, I would love to have a world where I could just like restart the entire ring fight, so I could just like be with my friends just a little bit longer.
Which
Wish
screws
granted.
over the other Universe Warriors.
Yeah, and then not only do we get all the other characters back, including Oni Sumino.
Burn this episode.
Yeah. And it's very noticeable where the edits were made.
Yeah.
We also get some returning characters
Yeah.
like Domon Kashu, Maid Racer, Gao Lone Wolf, Yuto, and what's it called? Gosei Rival. Yeah, so like basically everyone, like at least one person for each of the Rangers makes a comeback, except Sumino.
Mhm.
The only Ranger she ever had any kind of relationship with was Momotaro,
Her
because
sister.
she worked underneath him, and Shinken Red because it was her sister. But she's for some reason still in a coma. So yeah, no, they joined the fight. It's epic. The fight is awesome. But then it's like they have a final one-on-one bout. But the thing is, I'm not a lone wolf anymore. I have a pack now, and of course they all show up. Even Kumade, who's a god now. So they basically ripped off Zato from Cosmic Fury.
They
And like,
Or
that's what I was about to bring
improve
up. Things to see. To bring up like, oh, we just copied Cosmic Fury. They copied us. No, we copied them, but now they copied us.
yeah. So it's like there's a certain irony because in the first episode, like Candelabra was always like, I'm here for my squad. I'm here for everyone. I am him for the people. You are a loner who fights for nothing. But now, where are we now? Horo's fighting for everyone. He's fighting side by side with everyone. Candelabra is all by himself, because even when his own allies wanted him to join them, he said, no, this is just me and Horo. And that was his undoing. But even then, Horo's like, let's be friends. Okay, fine. And then Worlds Remade 1 year later, Horo still wins. Everyone has their thing where it's like, oh yeah, you're a pop star. You're gonna franchise your restaurant.
This man is not in jail. This man is not in jail, for God's sakes.
Yes, and the blue, what's it called? Blue Buster. No, I'm sorry, not Blue Buster. Goju Eagle is not in the Epstein files for some reason. And Sumino is on the beach with her sister, which is nice, but like, we're not gonna question the fact that your sister's face looks different. No? Okay. And of course, so it's like, you want the battle again. What's your wish?
A sausage fest.
You're not wrong.
No, see, that's a double entendre. That's a double entendre. This series literally ends on a sausage fest with a sausage fest.
They never took off Gozu Uniform's helmet, did they?
No.
Well, she morphed
Kind of.
first.
And then during the roll call, we see her without her helmet, and then it's automatically back on.
They ruined the roll call.
Was there something going on that we're not aware of?
They filmed all this with Maya, but then she got fired while filming.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Yeah,
And since Kohaku's schedule was limited, they couldn't do a lot.
Yeah, she's
I
a
didn't
very
know
busy
that they were already at that point in the drama.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so yeah, no, it's a sausage fest because he wishes for a giant plate of sausage on a stick. Thankfully, no cornmeal. And then
It's just the guys. The only female there.
It's just the guys. Yeah, and she's the only woman in the entire building. And it's like, and then they have one final battle over what's the best condiment to use on a sausage on a stick.
I swear to God, if Kumade put on that goddamn If he put honey on that thing, I swear to God.
He did.
No, for real. No, I
He
think
did.
I think
No,
the
he tried
best
to. He
suggestion
didn't.
I heard from someone was putting cumin on it. Cumin's probably the best idea.
I allow cumin over honey.
Yeah. By the way, I don't understand the craze of hot honey. Like that makes no sense to me.
I love fried chicken. It's pretty
TikTok,
decent.
man. TikTok.
I understand hot. I understand honey. I don't get hot honey. I don't. It does not compute to me.
Now, when you're talking about hot honey, are you talking about temperature or flavor?
Like
Flavor.
the actual bottles
Okay.
of hot honey.
Yeah, so yeah, no, it's pretty much just chili oil and honey, but you know
I don't understand the craze for it. That's the thing.
Apparently, Americans are jumping onto something that the rest of the world has been very well aware of for a very long time.
Americans being late to things. Wow, Cal Supreme.
And should be just as non-existent as pineapple on pizza.
We don't talk about that. Now, if you
No,
what
what
we
we
really
really
need
need is Car Ranger on pizza.
Yes, that's a topic I can get behind.
Well, you know, Mike,
I like two pizzas.
Mike, because I know you love Bokenger, I'll get you a Bokenger pizza.
I'll get two pizzas. One with everything but the Car Rangers on it, and one with my all-time favorite ingredient, Car Ranger.
But,
All right, guys. So, episode score.
That was it. That was the review.
That was the whole episode.
Yeah.
that was the entire episode. Lackluster.
It was
roll call.
underwhelming.
Why do you think we
Green
spent the
team
entire
success.
hour talking about everything except the episode?
Okay, I'm gonna have to officially watch this because if that's how
That's
we
the episode.
leave this, if that's how we leave, this is it. I'm like, wow, really? That
We did a cosmic
yeah.
fury here.
Yeah,
We did
they did a Cosmic Fury. It's a slightly less dissatisfying version of the Cosmic Fury finale.
I mean,
Even down to the main villain having R&R with this old fam.
and then one of the Rangers who is wearing a cloak, basically a god now.
Yeah, who's not white because
are
apparently
you
it's
sure they didn't just rip this off from Cosmic Fury?
I'm sure they did. Remember, since Zenkaiger, Toei's been giving a middle finger to us every season. This is
I
their
thought
last
they were
season.
I thought they were doing that with Tokyuger and then onward because I'm like,
No,
how the
Zenkaiger.
hell were? I mean, even I kind of said to myself, how the hell are you supposed to adapt these shows into an American audience? There's no way.
Since Zenkaiger.
Well,
when
no,
they did that
Zenkaiger,
whole-
I was like, there was those whole things about, oh, we're gonna get Zenkaiger in America. I'm like, how are you going to do this?
No, they've been taking jabs at
There's
us
easy ways around it.
since Zenkaiger. Well, I would
The
say
thing
powerful Rangers.
was is that I was like, you know what? They're really just like now, like no, since we don't have to pander to America anymore, we could actually go there with the themes. So a robot team, cops and robbers theme.
No, it wasn't even the themes. It was like the little things they would do in each season. They would take jabs at us. Like Zenkaiger took a jab at Dino Fury. Dawn Brothers took a jab at Power Rangers. King Oger, I'm sure they took a jab at
Well,
Dino
you know
Fury.
what? They were doing that with the unofficial Sentai.
Oh, the
too.
Megazords. The Megazords, you're right. Yeah, the Megazords.
Yeah, well, Go Buster had the Megazords. Akiba Ranger really took a jab at
With
Power
Power
Oh yeah,
Rangers.
with George Spielberg.
Yeah, with George Spielberg and the Powerful Rangers. It's like, no, that is a straight up middle
it's like
finger to
So
to
cute.
America
Yeah,
right
Boom
there.
Boomger took a jab at us. Gozyuger literally killed Mighty Morphin Red Ranger in front of us. So,
Freaking hey, Boom Boomger took a beloved music icon and made him into a villain.
Yeah, and he murdered a beloved action hero icon on screen.
Yeah. So again, Japan was really making
they
a
took
method.
jabs at us a lot. Well, not as much, but it was from Zenkaiger onward they took jabs at us because they knew that they were ending the partnership, and that they knew they were ending Sentai.
But this is how you decide to end the entire 50 years. It's just
Apparently.
It was
okay,
cool,
and I
I
know-
mean, remember
know-
when Kamen Rider got canceled? It ended with the main character leaving these two kids completely orphaned.
Dear God, Kamen Rider.
Well, I would imagine any show like we want like a big spectacular ending, but it's like no, that's pretty much it. That's nothing more. They're gonna blame the drama and they're gonna blame the behind the scenes. Like why I'm like what. I wouldn't expect anything less than this.
Like,
And if there was
the
more,
drama
then that
and
means
the
we were
behind the
actually
scenes stuff
good
just
this
didn't
year.
help. The
Yeah.
drama behind the scenes stuff sucked, but that's more on the higher ups. Like the higher ups.
Well, I mean,
did
it all
better.
boils down to money, and all boils down, and it's like if any excuse they have, I'm pretty sure if things didn't go the way they did, and I'm not blaming anybody, no performers,
No,
but
no,
I feel like,
Yeah, the
because
actors did the best they could.
by a business standpoint, that I'm pretty sure that's their reason
Fair
why.
they didn't tell the producers until they were already well into production that this was the last Sentai.
Yeah, and also the fact like no, this is it. This is like blah blah like, but they're supposedly that's why they're making it up with the Sentai Museum, the Tokyo Dome experience and all that stuff because they kind of knew like this is not no.
Yeah.
So I
All
have
right.
no say in the show, honestly, but I will give a thought later on.
All right.
But
So, barring Steve having not seen the show, we'll start with scoring the final episode. What are you guys' thoughts?
3,
Out of 5 or 10?
10,
10. We've always done it out of 10.
3 out of.
I mean, I
my
think
score
he's
out of
saying that
5
5
would
is
be
the highest
2.
he'll go.
If you want it out of 5, 2.5 at best. But out of 10, 3 out of 10. I'm not pulling punches.
Yeah.
I liked cool moments, fine, but for the way they structured the story, the way they handled things production-wise, everything as a whole, 3, and that's being nice.
All right. Jake.
Well, as far as this episode goes, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I wanted to give it a higher score, but it was really underwhelming. I mean, yes, there were cool things for sure, but the whole thing, it's like, especially with this is how Super Sentai is ending for the foreseeable future. It's like, okay, none of the villains are gone. They're still there other than like the calamities, which just so many things about this season were underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say that, but and then it ends with, oh, Hoeru made his wish. What is it? A giant plate of hot dogs on sticks. Oh, and Ryugi is also expanding, indoctrinating people into the Tega cult.
Right. Miguel.
I'm probably going to give it like a 6.5. I mean, overall, I know the behind the scenes things kind of made a huge mess of it, but the actors did the best they could with what they were given. And overall, there were some really cool moments, such as Towaru's battle with Fire Candle, seeing some of the old Universe Warriors return. And overall, all the characters got their closure and got to have a pretty decent ending to themselves. But yeah, things could have been structured better, but it is what it is. And overall, the actors did what they could to salvage it, and I'll give them credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For me, I would also have to give it somewhere in the ballpark of like 6.5 because like you guys said, there's a lot of great moments, but this would have worked better as a penultimate episode. The previous episode would have worked better as a finale. And even then, we had issues with that episode. And like with the whole returning of the past Warriors thing, it's like, yeah, it's cool that Doan Kashu showed up, but it's weird that we see 2 of Horo's past rivals show up, but none of Sumino's. They could have just prematurely brought her Odo back and just say, "Oh yeah, because the ring war was reset, I'm no longer in a coma," and so then she
brought back Garo.
Red. Yeah. Or just make Don Momotaro her rival instead of Horo's.
Which he was her rival when they did the press conference.
Yeah. It's kind of like how how Akashi Sotaru was the first to use the go-go drill, but then later on, it ended up being Natsuki who uses go-go drill instead of him, or in Shinkenger, Takuro was the first to use the Kabutogami, but then later on it would be Chucky who uses it instead.
Chucky? You mean Chiaki?
Yeah, it's Japanese for Chucky.
Chucky Fissner is
should have been Mako, but whatever.
Chucky Tani.
It should have been Mako to have that disc, but
Yeah, it should have been Mako, like Sensei G said so.
Use the Rekka Daizanto to finish off Dokuku's first life.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a mess. Okay, so wrapping things into it. Okay, so unofficially we've made this the 4th arc, but official Toei, this is still just a continuation of the 3rd arc. So it's like I'm just gonna skip the arc tallying and just go into characters. Let's start with the villains. Thoughts on Candelabra, Bouquet, and Cakes and Knife.
Cakes and Knife was wasted because what was that whole Calamity thing to bring her back? That was compelling until then. Mm-hmm. Candelabra, honestly, one of the best characters of the show, especially because you see his actor is so passionate about the show. Mm-hmm. And Bouquet, best girl, just wish she wasn't AI.
All right, Jake.
The Bride on. What can I say? Definitely better villain groups out there. Like there are no Gosma or or
even the Boma.
Or even Boma. I mean, they're all right. I mean, yeah, Candelabra was always fun to watch. Well, I fired Candlelight, but whatever. Yeah, he was always fun to watch. We did know that that in real life, his actor's favorite Sentai was Ginga Man. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, you give him Shinkenger instead of Ginga Red. But then again, Shinkenger is really popular in Japan for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. So,
but yeah, like Ginga Red would have made sense because he uses fire.
Yeah, Ginga Red would have worked perfectly. Give him what he wants.
Both of them would actually.
Yeah. So, he's always fun.
Both have lion swords too.
Yep, they do.
So it
was always fun to see him ham it up sometimes. Bouquet. She's definitely pretty. Too bad she's AI, but at least she's an actual actress. Yeah, and of course she's the fangirl. Mr. and Mrs. Sweet Cake, or whatever they're called. Interesting idea, but I feel like they could have expanded more upon that. But then again, what else really could they do other than they just show us their origin story of, we loved each other very much, so we decided to become one being.
And then they had one of the most compelling ass things happen to them, and then just ruined it.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess we've got a Sentai villain version of a hermaphrodite. I guess hermaphrodite. Oh gosh.
Oh, hermaphrodite.
I do not want a slice of that.
All right, Miguel.
So for the Bride on, let's see. Going off of Fire Candle, yes, he is an amazing villain. We see his passion for the show very clearly. In fact, I'd say he is one of the best villains, probably even in Sentai history. He really buoyed the series a lot. Mm-hmm. And Bouquet, very attractive. I kind of like how her and Rikuo did kind of have that will they, won't they dynamic with one another. And overall, she is AI, but overall best Sentai girl as far as Gozyuger goes. And Mr. Shining Knife and Mrs. Sweetcake, they did have a cool dynamic. I like how they helped Kinjiro during some of his, how they kind of wind up becoming friends with one another. And they did have some really great voices. I mean, Tomokazu Tsukita and Reina Ueda brought their A game for this. And if we want to talk Kuon, yeah, the whole him being Huerta's brother. I thought Kuon was a pretty cool villain in and of himself. Sure, he was kind of an edgelord, but most Toku studios have edgelords, so he was pretty all right too.
So Asada or Nada?
I forgot about Kuon, but
Yeah.
Kuon's debut was cool. Episode 7 and whatnot. But
yeah. For me, Kuon was the annoying troll character, and I'm glad that we didn't get too much of him. But I'm gonna be honest, I liked him better as a sword than as a humanoid. And I'm glad that at least he was actually being useful in the last episode.
Ray was a better villain, even though he's definitely on a list somewhere.
Cake and Knife were definitely really fun characters. Although not gonna lie though, I'm surprised they didn't try to split sooner, considering how Miss Cake tends to be sweet towards other male characters throughout.
He's always ain't loyal.
Yeah.
For the streets.
But I feel like it just feels weird that they gave us this Chekhov's gun about a knife being a calamity, but then did nothing. And also the way they implied it was that he was one of the 4 calamities.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. But it's oh yeah, no, Pestis was from the movie, which took place before episode 29. So it's yeah. He's gonna be the paradox of Iliaster, and we've done that joke to death. And even speaking of death, they never really outright said that Rex was the death calamity. So it's was Rex the death calamity? Was it Shining Knife? Because they certainly didn't bring anything about it more than they already have. It's I feel the disappointment that Steve felt when he found out that the Pestilence writer was freaking Jam.
Don't bring that up.
Yeah, I know exactly. Bouquet, best girl, even if she is AI. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Honestly, despite all of my misgivings for the entire show, for me, the strongest thing about it were Bouquet and Candelabra. Those were the best characters. If you had a show where it's just these 2 characters being the protagonists, and the Sentai of the season were all just hooligans that they had to stop, I'd watch that.
Give me a PTSD of that away.
But then they went full Jamie Lannister with Candelabra by making him crash out so hard that it's you threw away your most redeeming characteristic. So up until the last 5-ish episodes, I love Candelabra. But with that in mind, for reasons of consistency, Bouquet is the best girl. Alrighty. So now let's move on to, we already said our passively said our piece about the calamities. Well, we all hate them.
Lame.
Yeah, they're wasted potential, basically. So let's move on to the Rangers. Let's start with Kumade by himself.
Okay.
Well, let's see.
Fraud.
He has little to no character development. He doesn't really have much of a big presence. All we know is that he has a high opinion of himself. He has a god complex.
And then becomes one.
Yeah, he charges people ridiculous amounts of yen. And really, you could mostly just cut him out and the show wouldn't be any different. Like I said before, it's
elderly, for God's sakes.
It's actually pretty sad when X1 Mask from Maskman only showed up for 1 episode. And yet we know more about him than we do Kumade.
Damn.
Kumade had a whole season. X1 Mask had only 1 appearance.
I can do you one better. Gosei Green was more compelling.
Jesus Christ.
And he was only there for like 10 seconds.
Okay. All right. I did say he's a fraud, but I will at least give him his flowers. Where, yeah, he's been on Fraud Watch. Yes, he charged the elderly an exorbitant amount of money. But at least he has something to redeem himself with the last couple of episodes and with his TTFC to tell his backstory. He has a chance to get out of the Fraud Watch territory.
Mhm.
And I'll give him some grace that it wasn't his fault entirely. That's more on the writing, that they didn't really utilize him as a sixth hero as much as they could have and should have.
Oh yeah, it's the writing's fault, not the actors.
So the character could have done more.
What they wrote was an asshole.
They could have used him more. They could have done more with him. They should have done more with him. Especially if he's some sort of god, they should have had him in more episodes to really hammer it home. Fraud Watch for now. Compelling parts sprinkled in there, and we'll get a bit more of that in a few months or so, whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, not as much of a fraud as Hueru, but we'll get to Hueru.
All right, Miguel.
For Mashiro Kamade, kind of fuzzy on him. I mean, yes, he does charge an exorbitant amount of cash to help people out.
Yeah, on everything too.
Loves Honey, yeah. Puts his. I mean, yeah, I did like kind of like when we see him like bonding with Bear Kuma when they're making that little friendship coat with one another, and his redemption arc, and he basically takes out Lex. But we'll see what happens when like that Toy Tokusatsu fan club special about his backstory comes out. Until then, I'm kind of a question mark on him right now.
He got drunk off honey, for God's sakes, man. You have a problem.
Yeah,
that was the worst timing episode.
Yeah, I feel like I really had high hopes for this character because like they hyped him up so much they made a new opening theme song for him for only one episode. I like the way they changed the environment during that one episode. Would have been an interesting premise to explore, but they basically undid it the next episode. And like I had high hopes. They like he was hype. He had the drip. Like there's no farming aura here. He was the aura, but then no. He has none of that key aura power.
The power.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, no, I felt like by that point, the only thing the only part of him that I could relate to is his thermophobia. Beyond that, it's like, why are you even here? All right, so next two characters, Goju Eagle and Goju Tyranno.
Eagle is one of the best characters, even though they didn't get to do much with his character, with his family. So that's wasted character. That's just wasted character writing for Eagle, but one of the best because of his, everything we got with his wife and his partying ways and his Die Ranger buddy. Ryugi is the man. Too much of a cultist. Getting a little too much. What was his name in Attack on Titan that followed Eren and just
Eren Yeager?
Flock
on his nobbin. Porco? No.
Flock.
He was a bit too much of a. He was literally Flock, but not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
We like this guy. We don't like Flock.
Yeah.
But they had one thing in common. They were sucking on Yuki Kaiji like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But his character was still good because, he wanted to follow his own path, especially after finding out what Tegasword can do. And yeah, like, dope ass character. It is honestly, it's a shame that most of his redemption from the hospital had to coincide with Ray and what was the other blue? Kirame Blue?
Yeah.
He had a bunch of blues overtake his one episode that he needed. But no, Ryugi's a damn good character. Not like I don't know. I think depending on the episode, he would be high on my list. But yeah.
Yeah. Jake, your turn.
Me? Let's see. Kinjiro, I mean, I can understand, being 87 and wanting to be young again. I totally get that. But kind of at the same time, it's like, you got a family, dude. You just kind of somewhat abandon them, and they just kind of come back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could have written his whole double life thing to be better. Maybe eventually reveal to his grandson that when he's in his young body, he just be like, I am your grandfather. It's a long story sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels like it's underutilized, but as a character, he's fine. He didn't do anything to piss me off or annoy me. Unlike another green I could name from America.
Oh.
So, as far as Ryugi goes, yeah, he's definitely the Tega cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
But I do respect that he wanted to go on his own path and whatnot. So, and he had some cool moments and whatnot. So, I think that they're both fine for what they are. Not my favorite Sentai characters ever, but they're fine.
Yeah. Miguel.
See, for Kinjiro, definitely one of the best of the heroes, I'd say. I mean, I like the whole aspect of old guy gets to be young again. I get that they could have done more with his family, but overall it was kind of fun seeing him try to understand the culture of modern day Japanese people. And yeah, he's kind of she had some feelings there, but he had definitely grown to find out what it means to be a true party person. His interactions, like befriending Mr. Shining Knife and Mrs. Sweetcake, added a pretty nice layer to him. And it always makes me crave hard boiled eggs whenever I see Kinjiro.
Mm-hmm.
Yugi, yes, the king of worshiping Sword. Like we're gonna see the Church of Sword, and Ryugi's gonna be the high priest. But overall, the fact that he was a former rich kid who wanted to carve his own path and get out of his father's shadow, that's something a lot of people can relate to. And for that, he was a pretty good character in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I feel like these are the two characters that had the most potential, but it was relatively wasted in favor of the other three Rangers. I mean, it's kind of because again, the fact that he's an old man, I want to see that balance out more. I want to see more scenes with old man Keen, and I want to see more situations where it's oh yeah, he needs an egg quick, or he's gonna turn back. We saw that in the Die Ranger Focus episode, but I want to see more of it. And plus, they basically dropped the fact that he's still in high school with his grandson. I would have at least liked to see more interactions between them. It's basically the way his story ended this season is how I wanted our journey with him to start. It's kind of like watching Ultraman Omega all over again.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And Ryugi, I feel like there's really not much to his character, unfortunately. I feel like we got more out of his maid than we got from him. And even the one time he has some serious character focus was literally because of things that happened in the movie. Which bothers me because, again, not all of us have seen the movie. And changing the dynamic of, oh yeah, let's replace it with a psalm for one episode. There could have been an interesting change of dynamic. I would have loved to see more chemistry between the other characters with a psalm, Or B, if like what if they had a whole like 4-part episode where the yellow ring keeps bouncing from person to person before it finally returns to him? Like those would have been so much potential, and it's wasted. And again, if Ryugi had more character development, I wouldn't mind as much, but sadly he isn't. He's unfortunately one of the weaker characters in this ensemble.
Yeah, like he has his moments, but it's like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yes, I do respect that he was able to defeat a Rikuo who had the second largest ring count, while only having one ring to himself. Like that was cool, but
let's be fair. He only learned all that because he saw Ninja Red use the rings better than him. He's like, oh, I better lock in. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. And the less we say about Origa Red, the better, because let's be honest,
the best character of this damn show.
Exactly.
Best character outside of the Gozyugers. He's the best character outside of the Gozyugers.
Yeah, or Sasuke.
That's just GOAT status. Let's not even try to compare.
Yeah. Okay. So next we got Rikuo and Sumino.
The best characters. Like hands down the best characters. Especially when their stories got to be like their stories were parallel, but then sometimes got to collide with each other.
Yeah.
Those, like some of the best stuff in the series. And it's a shame that their stories were wasted because of this whiplash of storytelling. It's like with the whiplash of storytelling, the production side of everything, and the whole scandal of everything, it definitely hindered their characters. But like for what we were given, the most compelling characters, Rikuo felt like he needed to redeem himself as an idol, but he had Bouquet supporting him the entire time. But then his past comes out to bite him in the ass, and this man should still be in jail. We love him, Luster, but he needs to be in jail. And yeah, like he found out at the end he doesn't need the rings to achieve his goal as long as he can just do it. And yeah, one of the best written characters. But then Sumino, literally the best written character, with everything she needed to do for her sister, how she had to earn her way to be a Gozyuger, learning from not my Momotaro, but still a Momotaro nonetheless. Do we call him Ultra Taro?
Well, yeah, because he's Tregear from Taiga.
Yeah, so it's like, we'll call him Ultra Taro. For the sake of it.
As we confused with Ultraman Taro.
This is Ultra Taro. This is different.
And then Taiga is the son of Ultraman Taro.
Oh, well, let's see. It all works out. No, but like she learned from him to what it takes to be a Gozyuger, to make her wish come true, to bring back her sister, and everything with her sister was so compelling when we were allowed to see it. And you know what? Given for what they had to do with, from Maya to Kohaku still did her damnedest and did great, considering she was so busy. Yeah, no, best characters. Hands down, best characters of this entire show.
All right, Jake.
Well, as far as Rikuo goes, I guess he's fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's, I don't know. Like, I mean, I did think it was interesting when they hinted that maybe he was the person with gray eyes that kidnapped Sumino's sister, but then it turns out it was Maji Blue Buster Tyranno.
Oh yeah, that's right. He paid homage to his sensei.
Yeah. So I suppose he's fine. I don't really have much of an opinion on him. I mean, I don't dislike him. At least
I disliked him when they first revealed him. I disliked him.
Yeah.
And he turned it around for me. That's why I'm like, you know what? All right, yeah, one of the best characters.
Yeah. So I guess he's fine. I just don't really have much. I don't dislike him in the slightest. I just don't have much of an opinion on him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sumino, first full-time female Black Ranger. which is cool. Well, at least they did it before the series ended. Honestly, I feel like she had the best. Well, let's see. How do I word this? She had the actual. I can't English today. She had the most profound wish. Like, she just wanted her missing sister back. Whereas, everybody else, it's like, oh, I want to spread the word of Tegasword. I want to be a party person. I want to be an idol. And it's like, you don't need Tegasword to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially stop slobbing on Tegasword, for God's sake.
Yeah.
When are we gonna learn to stop? When are we gonna learn here? When are we?
Friggin' Rikuo like frolicking on the beach with Tegasword.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, that music video.
Yeah. So Sumino,
God damn it, Ryugi.
All right.
yeah, Sumino, she definitely had the most legitimate wish. That's for lack of a better term.
Mhm.
Like, and it's like, and it's understandable too. Her sister's been missing. She wants her back, and so, I mean, I liked her as a character. It's too bad, like with the whole situation. I mean, especially, it just kind of feels like a big nothing burger thing. But it's a different culture, different customs, and I totally get that. And then I hear things that maybe she wasn't underage drinking, so it kind of makes me think that
her agency is gonna burn in hell anyway. So it'll work itself out.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe not to sound like a social justice warrior, but maybe they just use that as an excuse to get rid of her because she's half Filipino because of like all the prejudice against that and whatnot. I mean, I don't know who to say.
Most likely.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't condone underage drinking, and just to be clear, but like with this whole situation, it just feels like a whole nothing burger thing.
It's great that a bunch of Sentai actors even came into her defense, including Agito's actor, which makes me wonder: is he going to be in the new Agito movie?
Yeah. So wherever Maya
Agito makes no sense.
Wherever Maya is now, I hope that she's happy and doing well, and people aren't giving her a hard time.
All right.
Oni's sister, she did a good job for what the material that she was given. It did kind of suck that Sumino had the most profound reason for a wish and whatnot, and then she just kind of gets off to the sideline, and then she just kind of becomes a bit of a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miguel.
Rikuo, probably the MVP of the show. I mean, I say he was the real leader. I mean, when whoever was kind of like driftless, Rikuo was kind of the one like keeping them like, hey, we should all work together. I mean, when we see that flashback when he meets Ryuki for the first time, he's one that suggested, yeah, let's work together to get these rings. I mean, I'd have to say I'm a Rikuo-nist. I mean, and I can relate. I mean, his story is relatable. I mean, an idol who gets falsely accused of something and has his career kind of in tatters, trying to work his way back up. And overall, he had a really charming personality. I like this dynamic with Bouquet. And I'd have to say, along with Kinjiro, he was probably my favorite character in the show.
Mhm.
Sumino, yes, she did have the most profound wish. And I do like the fact that her story did involve trying to find her younger sister and get her back. And the fact that Rikuo and Sumino's story was very intertwined with Rei and all the other stuff that was happening. And yeah, I know the whole debacle with Maya Imamori did kind of throw a monkey wrench into things, but with what Kohaku Shida was given and given her busy schedule, she worked her hardest to kind of like soften the blow of that and give her a lot of credit for that too. Either way, both were some of the best written characters on the show.
Yeah. It's funny how different our views on Rikuo are because honestly, like, for the most part, he was actually my least favorite of the 5 Rangers, with the exception of the fact that, he might be the one who was responsible for Oto's disappearance. And that was an interesting tagline until it's like, oh yeah, no, like I'm gonna be out in the open with you guys. I used to have silver eyes, but It was definitely not me. It was some other guy. But I'll help you guys find her though. And the thing, and yeah, like Sumino, like her. Actually, let's stick to Riku. It's like I did not care for her switch because it's like, or honestly, like yeah, Sumino's the most selfless wish because Haru doesn't have a wish. Let's be honest. So he doesn't even like. He's basically the Steve of the squad in terms of having an opinion on the matter. I love you, Steve. But then like with the rest of them, it's like I want to party. Well, why can't you party now? Granted, your body's old, but you can still party in your own way. You know, like basically like you misinterpreted what your wife said. She just wanted you to be happy. If being grumpy is what makes you happy, stay grumpy for the sake of being happy. Just be more chill with your grandson going to art school. Make sure that he learns how to draw hands properly and doesn't become a dictator.
Jesus Christ.
Or get his DNA crossed with an Echinodermata. But as far as I want to spread the word of Tegasword. Aren't you already doing that right now? Aren't you doing that right now? And then it's like I want to be the best pop idol. What's stopping you?
Well, a lot of logistics going to be in a pop idol.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's like, what is the mental block? It's like, oh, I might have murdered. It's like, oh, I might be framed for murder. But the thing is, no one's coming after you though. No one's. Why freaking Inuzuka. Inuzuka from Dawn Brothers was on the run for a whole year for no reason. God. You don't get the excuse, Riku.
I forgot Kiji brother was in this. Oh my god.
Yeah. So
the man had threw him in jail for God's sakes.
So yeah, no, it's like so it's like why not just why yeah, the most compelling part's like, oh, I need to help Sumino get her sister back. Okay. But no one did squat about it though. No one did anything about it. One of the bigger things is like, why is she comatose? And why is the Shinkenger ring the only thing keeping her alive?
And why didn't Tegasword do anything about it?
Why are either of these two things answered? And more importantly, it's like if you could keep Kin from becoming old again, and you could do all this other stuff after people have already lost. Why not
just be on Zordon timing?
Why not wake up Odo? Just get that out of the way. Yeah. So and then going into Sumino, it's like she was the most developed character of the main cast. It's like they were clearly trying to put a lot of focus into her character more than any other. Only for the whole Imamoto thing to happen. It's like, see, if the thing happened to the Green Ranger, no one would really care because he had the least development. But the thing is, you did this to your most developed character. And the writing's on the wall, man. Like the less to say about it, the better. So Sumino is the character who's the definition of being done dirty by the writers. It's not even that she's poorly written. She was just straight up done dirty.
Yep.
All right. Before we move on to the final character, Tegasword, Gudabang, and Tegajun. Last three characters before moving on.
Fraud Tegasword. Good burn. Not enough time given to him, which is a waste of a character, unfortunately, because he had potential. And Tegajun, what was the point? What was the point of her? Period. Not that she should have been erased from the show, but it's she wasn't given much to do. So I guess same thing with Goodburn, not enough time to flesh them out. But yeah, Tegasword just within the row of Zordon, Gosei, and Kamen Rider Zetsuke Zero. Just frauds. All frauds.
Not to mention the Tega cigarettes.
Good lord. man out here getting cigarettes, and terrible father, terrible mentor, taking people's lives away to do what? To do what exactly? Full of Zordon, Gosei, and Zets or Zero, and it's like clearly Tegasaur didn't learn from the Rumbling or Zenkaiger or what else he ever do? Actually, yeah, you didn't learn your lesson from Zenkaiger to just not be a dick. Did he not learn his lesson? Apparently, so yeah, fraud. All of them frauds.
All right, Jake.
Well, Gutaburn was built up to be this big deal, this world-ending threat, and then he just gets severely underutilized after that. Much like the ranger that he's attached to. So, I don't know. I wish I could say more about Gutaburn, but severely underutilized. Tega June, she's an AI. And they focus much more on the Bride-On than the actual, world-ending threats with the Four Horsemen.
Uh-huh. All right.
Take a sword. I kind of question some things, like, okay, take a sword. Do you have limitations, like certain limitations? Because the whole Maya thing aside, when we see Kohaku as Sumino now, she says that I needed to have my face changed for an undercover mission, and now Tegasaur can't change it back. I'm like, wait, he can change your appearance, but he can't change it back. Like he can do all these other sorts of things. It's like, why is that the exception?
Fraud.
Yeah, it just sounds like BS reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we couldn't come up with a way for it to be changed back or something or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I like the whole concept of, putting the rings inside of the, the changer. That was cool. I like his design. I like the functionality of the toy of the Tega sword. I don't know. I don't know. I just question a lot of things about Tega sword. I don't really know what to feel about him.
Mm-hmm. All right, Miguel.
Gutaburn, decent character. I mean, given what he was attached to, but a lot of unanswered questions. Tega June, overall, I mean, they did a lot more with the other Bride-On members, and the fact that she was an AI, I mean, kind of underdeveloped. And then with Tega Sword, he also has a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, yes, I do like the fact that he was also the changer and things like that, but some inconsistencies here and there. I mean, nothing to do with Yuki Kaji's performance. I mean, he did good with what he was given.
Goat.
But
He's the goat.
Yeah, overall, just a lot of inconsistencies there and too many question marks with basically that whole family.
Yeah, for me, again, like, Tega June, it's like they built her up in the first 15 episodes to be like this massive villain. It's supposed to be like Tegasaur's antithesis. And then Gudabong is born, and it's like, oh, like this is a possible world-ending threat. And then he just disappears for like 12 episodes. And then it's like, oh, Tega June becomes a good guy by doing a Steven Universe afternoon special. Okay. And then Tegasaur, it's like, yeah, like what are the limits of this powers? Because again, he can reset the universe, but he can reset Sumino's face. And it's very consistent. It's like sometimes he's trapped in his toy form, sometimes he has a human form, sometimes he's giant, and consistency is all we ask for, really. And also, like, I have questions about the last episode. So, like, if Kumade is the god now, does that mean Tegasaur's no longer the god? So he's like, oh yeah, now I have the free time to actually spend time with Tega June, Gudabong, and make those weird YouTube videos with Rikuo. Yeah, it's like, some things are just not very cleared up with these three characters. And again, they have a rock paper scissors relationship. Literally, paper, scissors, rock. Okay, okay. Red Ranger, Horo. Let's
Fraud. Well, okay. He was interesting at first because it's like, okay, he came from this. He spent how many years away from the main world? His family did him dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like interesting at points. Still a fraud because character-wise he's good. Character-wise he's fine. But as Red, fraud. You let him get bullied by green jumpsuit Gohan from Resurrection F. That is a stain on your legacy. Like, come on now. No. Yeah, like I said, his character was fine. Just as a Red, undercooked. Can't really say underwhelmed, but undercooked. Like he's a skilled fighter, compelling when need be. Just I don't know. Considering we've had great Reds like Taya or Gira and Momotaro. Literally, we've had just nothing but stellar leaders. I'll even compliment Judo from Kira Major that started the Reiwa trend of these heroes. It's just like, I guess if this wasn't the last Red, he'd have just been like, all right, maybe in a few years it'd be more palatable, but this is like literally the final Red we're going to have for a while. So as a representative for the 50th anniversary, it's undercooked. And it's no fault to the character. Yeah. It's just like cool at times, fraud, and undercooked.
All right, Jake.
Well, I will say at first that I definitely like I love the Gozyuger suits. They're awesome. And I've wanted a Red Wolf Ranger for the longest time because wolves are one of my absolute favorite animals. So when I find out, yes, Red Ranger's a wolf, and the suit does look awesome. Hoeru as a character, geez, how do I word this? I mean, I feel like there was a bit more they could have done with him, but I suppose they did everything that they could have. I mean, we know that his family doesn't really remember him, and then, geez, they
never even resolved the family thing.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. They didn't resolve that. That never gets resolved. It's like, okay, so he doesn't exactly get the happiest of endings. He doesn't get to reunite with his family. They don't remember him. We're never going to acknowledge that.
That's jacked up, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I suppose they did do like that whole thing of like, oh, he could go to this reality to where he's happy with his family, but then he sees his teammates are in trouble. So, he makes the right decision about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's flawed. He's a lone wolf. But I feel like they could have used that to his advantage to flush him out a bit more. Maybe give him some more development. Like, I mean, yes, there is a bit of these things there. Like, he started out as a lone wolf in the penultimate episode. At the end of that, he was a lone wolf again, and then he came to see like the other Gozyugers as his pack. But I kind of feel like they could have expanded more upon that, and maybe established that a lot sooner, that he has these feelings about his teammates, things like that. But as a Red, suit design aside, I don't know. I like Hoeru. So I just wish that there was just a little bit more that they could do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Miguel.
I liked Hoeru, but again, I do think he had a lot of untapped potential. I mean, the whole him being a lone wolf for much of his life, growing up in No.1 world, his family doesn't remember him. All compelling stories. I mean, but he could have used a little more time in the oven. And I get that he would wish for simple things because he didn't have a lot growing up. He had inconsistent work. I mean, he was always getting fired from his job. So just wanting to eat good food seems like a reasonable wish.
But did it have to
But
be
overall,
Glizzy's?
he was.
Yeah.
mm,
For me,
overall, solid character.
go ahead.
He was solid.
Yeah, for me, I feel like between Momotaro, Gira, and Taya, we got spoiled with such great Red Rangers that that like I wanted to like Horu, but yeah, after the first arc, it's harder to get into him because again, like all three of you said, he was just undercooked, and he was just so undercooked, and like it's like yeah, he has this intimate relationship with Tegasword, but beyond that, it's like what do we know? It's like we don't really know anything about what he wants. He doesn't even his desire to have his friends back feels like as last minute as when Clotho wanted to have friends.
Oh my god! Wait, which cloth though?
I'll give you a hint. It's not the one with the green candle.
I mean, he wanted friends, but wore the wrong outfit for that.
Oh gosh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus, Sentai.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, I go. Goddamn, gosh, hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's I'm basically done with this. You know, it's like I'm just glad that we're finally done with the season. So final thoughts on the season as a whole, and final thoughts on the season as a whole and your score.
You said we've had such great work. We've had such great series this entire time. We were just going up and up. We plateaued at greatness, and it was staying there. And then here comes Gozyuger, and I'm just like, okay, why are we fighting these Reds? You don't have a chance. You didn't have a snowball chance in hell. And it's like they wrote themselves to even believe themselves that like, oh, we are not as good as these other guys, but we are still number one. How are you number one if you're not as good as them?
Yeah.
But overall, the show had promise. It had great moments. Promise, great moments, but all over the place. And just tripped on its own face at the end. So I guess overall series, to be nice, 5 out of 10.
All right.
5 out of 10 there.
Okay. Jake?
Well, as a show, the aesthetics are awesome. The Rangers, the Gozyuger suits are awesome. I love them. I love the idea of like, the Sentai rings and how they did something different to where they only turned to past Reds and Zen Kaiser. Kind of wish that got utilized more, like they acknowledge like, wait, hang on, he's not red? But no, it's just like, oh hey, Ray has it for some reason. That aside, and then I also like how they had whichever member would turn into that past red, they would still have their like colored or chest armor. So it looked cool on a lot of reds. As a show, I think it started out better than it ended. To where all right, we've got some good concepts here. I'd like to learn more about these characters and what's going on, but then they just make a lot of underwhelming and questionable decisions. Like Hoeru his family, it never gets resolved other than, he's with Kuon, which it's like, yeah, Kuon, did you have to say let's get married? That's your brother.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan.
And then, at first we've got Boon Kuwagata Oger Red, which that still amuses me that we've got the actor as Boon Red, who turns into his predecessor, Kuwagata Oger. But after like the first few episodes, he's like, "I'll be back." That doesn't get really resolved either. I mean, yeah, I know it's because in real life scheduling things with the actor, but they're just like, "Oh, yeah, I changed my mind. I'm out. Screw this. Just give Hoera my ring. I'm out. I don't care." It's
one of
like
the best Reds. So like, you gotta admit, it was wasted, but Origa Red, the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Origa Red. That his design is cool. That is awesome. That a Japanese kid got to make his own creation and becomes an official Sentai character. It's also sad that a 10-year-old boy made a better design than Hasbro for Cosmic Fury.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the season, it had great ideas, but they could have done better about it. It started out good, and then they just kind of made a lot of questionable decisions. Now, I don't think Gozyuger is the worst Sentai I've ever seen. Far from it. I'll still take it over some other seasons I could name, being that I've seen the vast majority of seasons. But overall, I'd have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Some redeeming values, but a lot of things could have been handled better.
No, I'm gonna need some time before I ever revisit this series because after this past year, especially with Maya Gate, it left a sour taste in my mouth where I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I will gladly watch. I will rewatch Kira Major or Nin Ninja before I go back to Gozyuger for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will say this: I would rather rewatch all of Gozyuger right now than rewatch Ryu Soldier. At least with Gozyuger, I wasn't bored, and I can actually remember things from it.
I'll take Ryu Soldier at this point. That's how sour the taste is in my mouth. I will take Soldier, and I don't like Tiramigo.
Okay, we have our Civil War then.
Screw Tiramigo. Don't get me wrong. Screw Tiramigo and screw Mabushina. But I will take that over this mess that happened in Gozyuger.
All right. Okay, Miguel.
Overall, this show had a lot of really great ideas. I mean, they still paid a lot of loving homage to the previous seasons. But yes, I know that the writing with some of the behind the scenes drama did kind of make things a bit of a mess. But the actors still give it their all. I mean, they still managed to weave together something memorable in a way. The fight scenes, the choreography, the music, everything was pretty solid in that regard. So, yeah, I know they kind of did the best with what they could at even amidst all that drama. So, in the end, I would probably have to give it a solid either 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I mean, yeah, it's good. And we'll see what happens when the Gozyuger Boom Boomster crossover comes out and the Toei Tokusatsu fan club thing about Goju Polar.
Yeah. All right. So for me, this whole season was a hot mess. Even before the whole Sumino situation, I feel like it tried to have an identity, but then lost what it wanted that identity to be. And it was even revealed by the showrunner that he didn't know this was supposed to be the final season until 10 episodes in. And you notice that there was a change in the quality of the writing after 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So like putting 2 and 2 together, like, yeah, like it's like you want to have like a good finish, but you're like trying to fumble, like you end up like fumbling midway. It's like you're just doing everything you can to like still somehow land on your feet, even though you don't look completely graceful. But it's like the more like you try to fight the fall, the messier the landing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the whole Sumino situation, like it went from bad to worse. It's like, is this the worst season of Super Sentai? No. But was it painful to watch? Yes. 6 out of 10 for me, man. It's like it had some really good ideas, but they were not well executed. But again, following your guys' trend, I would still rather watch Gozyuger than watch Gotchard. All right.
Hey, I'd rather watch Gozyuger than Jew Ranger.
All right. So, with that in mind, now that we've given our final scores for the entire season, let's see what the fans have to say. And Steve, thank you for like holding out with us right here and like not understanding a word we're saying. Like you're right there with us.
Appreciate it.
I
Not
will
for
say,
you.
before we end this and let the fans say their piece,
Yeah.
I have been checking online and social media.
Oh.
And all over Insta, Twitter, TikTok, there are many people that are doing eulogies. They are sending their love to the Sentai series. And they are heartbroken, but they understand why this must happen.
Cough, cough, Nickelodeon, cough.
Despite what you guys have said, there were some that did enjoy it, and I'm like, I personally don't know. I don't have a dog in this fight. It is rather sad that we are not getting a Sentai series, but it's also refreshing to know that they're actually doing something new. We need to give it a break. We really do. I think it's been stale for quite a while. There is actually a post that came up on my feed from Domon Kashu himself. Yeah, I did not know this. So no. This is actually something that happened, I think, in this episode or in a past episode I was not aware of. So he has a photo of himself as a little boy, and there's a photo of him being transforming into Gold Ranger.
Yeah, that's why like I really love the line in the actual episode where it says took 50 years, but the dream finally happened.
Hey, Mr. Shining Finger deserves it. I'll give him that.
So not only that, past actors, from like every Sentai, even the Kamen Riders have been showing their love and saying that we'll see you again somewhere down the line. And yeah, pretty much we will see a Super Sentai team come back. When that happens, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Even Decade said something nice. So.
But it overall for the that I know nothing of, it's been entertaining. It's been fun. There's so much to watch. There's so much you can go back and watch. And for everyone, Toko-wise, I think we all say, with the bottom of our hearts, to the Super Sentai series, thank you.
Thank you, Super Sentai.
Thank you, Super Sentai.
Thank you, Super Sentai.
Now, what do the people have to say?
All right. Here we are, the final comment section of Sentai Hero Special for the time being.
For the time being.
Okay. Wow. Man, I can't believe after 50 years the show Sentai is over. OMG, it's all over. Yeah. Ish. So did this end on a high note?
I wish.
I don't know.
Honestly,
someone was high.
Honestly, I would say the tweets were the high notes, not the show itself. Okay, so what series finale do you think was better, Gozyuger or Cosmic Fury? Oh, definitely Gozyuger was better.
Yeah, not to sound like a Sentai purist, but yeah, Gozyuger.
Yeah. Honestly, and like going back to the joke about how they ripped off Cosmic Fury's finale, I was while I was watching the episode, I was thinking all that's missing from this is Kumade saying cool.
Put a gun to my head, blow my brains out. I don't choose either.
And at least for Kumade, unlike Zato, it would actually work because he's polar.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Zato just decided to be that fraud Zordon. So, I mean, yeah, it's worse. You chose to be a fraud instead of being your own god. Damn, Zato, couldn't be me.
Yeah. So I noticed that the 3 returning Red Rangers in the Boom Boom Dream Gozyuger movie are ones that have met Akka Red. Did Goju Eagle meet Akka Red?
You mean Jewel Eagle?
Yeah, Jewel Eagle. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
Super
just get
Animal
around,
Tyson.
huh, Awkward?
yeah, Superhero Tyson. Yeah. Yeah, because I know the other 2 have because we've got the Bokenger versus Super Sentai, and then you got Gokaiger versus 199 Heroes.
Awkward debuted in
Yeah, the Geoger. They had this special to where the Geogers met Akka Red, Beaten Stagbuster, Kyoryu Blue, Tokyo Rokugo, and Shiro Ninja.
Interesting.
Which actually has a great joke in there to when they meet Akka Red. They say, "Oh, if he's Akka Red, there must be an Owl Blue." And then Akka Red says, "No, there is no Owl Blue. It's Akka Blue."
Yeah. So what's funny is that when Steve and I first met officially, like he was Marvelous, I was Akashi Satoru, and like the very first thing I said to him, I walked up to him and said, "You and I have 2 things in common. One, once we find the treasure that we most desire, we refuse to let go of it. And 2, we have been closely acquainted to Akka Red." And we've been homies ever since. All right, so next comment. Man, I'm sad we never get a roll call with all 6 members.
Yeah,
That's not.
We got 5.
No.
In episode 7.
No, not good enough.
Yeah, at least Dom Brothers did it, but it took them 44 episodes.
At least they did it right.
But at least they did it right.
They did it better.
So, and they still did not figure out that Inuzuka was Inu brother.
The funniest part is they pulled the Don Brothers because like they did. I want to say they did the roll call in the summer movie because Don Brothers did the roll call in the summer movie, but then did the roll call at the end of the series. But that built to it. That earned it. This was just worthless. Wait.
So this is the second series to redeem all the villains.
Kyryuger.
Yeah.
Kyryuger did it first.
Yeah, because the phrase here is all the villains. Because let's be honest, Kyoruger, not all the villains were redeemed. Only
just Candelera and Lakiro.
And technically the sad guy, but he died.
Oh yeah, Igaron.
Yeah. I owe a Gokai Red toy when I owned a Gokai Red toy when I was a kid. Hey, that's cool.
I have a little Gokai Red there, little plastic figure again. Shout out Anime Jungle.
Yeah. So what happened to Kuon after he fought off Fire Can? Well, obviously he stayed a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do you see Kamen Rider lasting for? As long as the toys keep selling.
And if they're still willing to work with simulcast for Tokusatsu, it's going to be
honestly, Zets being simulcasted is the same reason why Gozyuger is the final season, because people are slowly shifting to streaming instead of watching things live, and that partially affected like viewer ratings.
Yeah, I don't think Kamen Rider is going away anytime soon. On average, if you look at like the toy sale charts, on average it makes somewhere between 22 to 25 billion yen.
Yeah, it's like this. Zets got onto the stream train on time. Super Sentai was just not quick enough. And the thing is, they could have been. They could have been. But also, I wonder, would they even be allowed to stream Super Sentai because of the whole
Hasbro thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one positive I can give is that this was nice to see some of the old Universal Wars. Yeah. My first introduction to Sentai was Shinkenger. I randomly found it on YouTube when I was like 5. Hey, we all got to start somewhere. You know what's really interesting is finding. What's really interesting is like finding out that Power Ranger Samurai was was localized in both Tel Aviv and in Odessa. So it's like, oh yeah, it's like my homeboy Naji all of a sudden could like speak both Hebrew and Ukrainian. I'm like, when have you been able to do this? Yeah. There's like even a poster of like Angry Birds and Chink and Red together. I don't know what the text said because I don't speak Hebrew, but it's still interesting to see such a poster. Okay, do you think Gozyuger should have had 50 episodes? I mean, look, I made up I made a story map of like how it could have been 50 episodes. They didn't go with it. So, yeah, it is what it is. He could have wished for his family members to remember him. I miss mine to be revived. Money, no Grizzly. Again, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, okay. Their backs must be hurting from all that carrying. Yes. Oh yeah, no. Miguel, you better fire up some extra beef for that asada because I think those two characters really need that protein.
Thanks to the writers, producers, and the actors.
Yeah. No, for real though. It's like, thank you for the past 50 years, guys. Thank you to all the actors, voice actors, mocap actors, stunties, suit actors, because apparently stunties and suit actors are two different things. Writers, producers, stunt coordinators, pyrotechnics, special effects specialists, makeup artists, marketers, everyone.
Location scouts.
Thank you for the best 50 years we've had, even if we were only there for half of it.
Me a quarter of it, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Whatever amount we were there for. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much. And if you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Cosmos. Tojima Tanzabar wants to be a Kamen Rider, which we will get to today. Kamen Rider Blade, Kamen Rider Zets, and starting next week, no more Super Sentai. We're switching gears to Project Red.
Stay tuned.
Well, it's sad to see Super Sentai go, but there's a saying, it is hard to, feel that way. This saying, don't be sad that it's gone, be happy that it happened.
Yeah.
But even though that Super Sentai might be gone for the foreseeable future, my Super Sentai spirit will never end.
We will always have endless spoken spirits.
And don't forget to fight for traffic safety.
We found this treasure all these years ago, and it'll always stay in our hearts.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to say hi to us in person, we will all be at Robo Toy Fest on May 31st at Burbank Marriott Convention Center, and at Power Morphicon on August 28th through the 30th at Pasadena Comic Con. Sorry, not Pasadena Comic Con, Pasadena Convention Center. Sorry. We just uploaded our vlog for that convention, as well as the first of our 4 interviews. Check that out on the Buttery Show. But as far as this channel is concerned, yes, all of us will be there, and so will Koichi and Motoko Sakamoto, legendary power couple, if there has ever been one. The myth, the legend himself, King Kosugi, and just recently announced, that's right, we got where's that thing? There we go. We got Jaden Shiba showing up. Alex Hartman will be at Power Morphicon. Just announced this morning. Now you know.
I might actually go to Power Morphicon after all.
Get your real Japanese samurais while you can. I not those lame American ones that only flip. All right, and with that said, guys, check out all of our personal content. Thank you, Steve, for joining us for the retrospective, and Miguel, thank you for joining us with the overall review. It's always happy to have all the squad together, and yeah, join us in a few minutes as we'll be discussing Tojiba Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. Have a good one. Bye.
Morender Supa
Bye.
Sentai Damashi.